Anyone who has ever taught middle school will tell you that only the troublemakers are remembered. The forgettable students with average grades are the ones who don't attract attention to themselves, and Acura's newly freshened ILX is a quiet pupil. About 10 school years ago, the original TSX drew bad boy attention, rivaling the Honda Civic C. Looks, handling, packaging, it had it all. Since 2013, the ILX has tried to fill that role in Acura's catalog, but it doesn't make the same waves. Frankly, it's dull. For 2016, Acura has simplified the ILX lineup in one sense and complicated it in another. Buyers may no longer select 2.0-liter automatic or 2.4-liter manual versions. Now the only powertrain is an updated 2.4-liter inline-4, nearly identical to the Civic C's, making 201 horsepower and 180 pound-feet of torque coupled to an 8-speed dual-clutch automatic driving the front wheels. This isn't your average dual-clutch automatic. The weakness of most such applications is the initial throttle tip-in response from a dead stop. Clutches can be jerky and/or slow engaging. The ILX is unusual in that has a torque converter, yielding yacht rock smoothness off the line with quick, solid upshifts. From behind the leather-trimmed wheel, you'd never know this automatic has 3 times the coupling devices of a manual transmission. In other words, the new gearbox is forgettable, though in a good way. The altered tranny adds time to the track test numbers compared with the old manual 2.4. With a 6.6-second 60-mile-per-hour time and a 15.2-second quarter, the 16 model is 0.2 seconds off the mark of the last 2.4-liter ILX we tested. Adding the extra hardware also helped inflate the curb weight by 164 pounds over the old 2.4, but the 3,134-pound sedan, here in A-Spec form, doesn't feel any heavier. Steering is appropriately light for an entry-level luxury 4-door. The old TSX wasn't a BMW, but it was hardcore Honda, with a balanced chassis and perfectly satisfying controls that spark happy memories even years later. As with so many Acuras of late, there's no interaction with the Jejune ILX that we think we'll remember in a decade. On the road, it handles competently enough, the understeer gradually building well before the tires lose grip. There seems to be more real-world adhesion than the 0.83-gram skid pad score suggests, and the ILX glides through corners with surprising confidence and body control, at least some credit belonging to the A-Spec's slightly wider tires. But there's no passion in this car, and the rest of the A-Spec's components are even less memorable. Fog lights and suede and leather seats are the highlights of an otherwise cosmetic $1,990 upgrade, more A-Spec than A-Spec. At $32,810, the ILX A-Spec shadows the Audi A3, BMW 2 Series, and Mercedes-Benz CLA 250, though without their oomph. And the cabin isn't quite as quiet as the Europeans. While the Acura's front seats feel roomy, the back row is a squeeze for adults. Plus, of the cars mentioned above, only the ILX doesn't offer 4-wheel drive, which will certainly keep it off many a northern buyer's radar. What we can't forget is how fun the TSX was and how little of it has trickled into the ILX. Entry-level luxury is more university than junior high. All C's may get degrees, but nobody brags about them.
The 2017 Acura MDX Sport Hybrid. Nearly 2 decades after the Honda Insight introduced hybrids to America, the technology is still rare among crossovers. That could be because blending crossover and hybrid genes usually begets mediocrity. In exchange for a few more mpg, you get a heavier, lazier family hauler that's no fun to drive. Credit Acura for upending that paradigm. The MDX Sport Hybrid SHAWD tested here imbues Acura's recently facelifted 3-row crossover with hybrid components similar to those from the NSX supercar, and the result is a breakthrough vehicle, one that actually deserves the sport in its name. The transversely mounted 3.0-liter V6 rated at 257 horsepower powers this MDX's front wheels through a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic. A 47 horsepower electric motor generator geared to the transaxle assists by cranking the engine, providing supplemental thrust, and charging the 1.3 kWh lithium-ion battery pack located under the front seats. What Acura calls the twin motor unit, TMU, lives between the rear wheels, kicking in another 72 horsepower on demand. Identical in most respects to the double motor package that energizes the Acura NSX supercar's front wheels, the TMU serves as a smart differential. During gentle launches, each motor drives one rear wheel while the engine naps. To augment cornering vigor, one motor powers the outside rear wheel while the other slows the inside, a clever version of torque vectoring. During those differential moments, the impeding motor sends electrical current to the battery pack. The lack of a drive shaft between the axles leaves ample room under the floor for a 72-cell battery pack and a power control unit. The former is cooled by cabin air, the latter by circulating liquid. Thanks to careful packaging, the hybrid's 15-cube cargo hold matches that of the front drive, gas-only MDX, and there is only 1 cubic foot less of passenger volume. This MDX Sport Hybrid tops both the conventional MDX and the Toyota Highlander Hybrid in acceleration. It hustles to 60 miles per hour from rest in 5.7 seconds, through the quarter mile in 14.5 seconds, and to 100 miles per hour in 15.5 seconds, beating the Highlander by 1.3, 0.9, and 1.7 seconds. The gaps between the hybrid and non-hybrid Acuras are narrower. While the Volvo XC90 T8 plug-in is quicker at low and medium velocities, the MDX Hybrid takes the lead beyond 110 miles per hour. We haven't recently tested the only other 3-row hybrid crossover, the Infiniti QX60. Although it carries an additional 244 pounds compared with its non-hybrid sibling, the MDX Hybrid stopped from 70 miles per hour in the same 188 feet. While that's reasonable for a 3-row crossover, it's 5 feet longer than the Toyota and 12 feet longer than the Volvo. At least this hybrid's brake pedal remains high and firm until the 3rd or 4th hard stop, when hints of fade intervene. Cornering is where the MDX Hybrid showed the biggest advantage over competitors. No doubt thanks to the electric torque vectoring and the handling-oriented suspension tuning, the MDX Hybrid circled our skid pad at 0.87 grams versus the Toyota's 0.77 grams, the Volvo's 0.81 grams, and the non-hybrid MDX's 0.83 grams. The Toyota, the Volvo, and the non-hybrid MDX were inhibited by stability control system intervention. Also to its credit, the Acura Hybrid's body roll and understeer characteristics approach those of a sports sedan. The electronically controlled variable dampers manage wheel and body motion without spoiling ride quality. Our advanced package test car cost $58,975, $6,040 more than the base technology package MDX Sport Hybrid. Those prices include equipment that costs extra and competing SUVs. Both editions are equipped with 20-inch wheels and high-performance all-season tires, navigation, 3-zone automated climate control, a sunroof, adaptive cruise control with automatic emergency braking, lane keeping assist, rain sensing wipers, remote start, a premium sound system, and an array of traffic monitors. The advanced package adds second-row captain's chairs, surround view cameras, parking sensors, perforated and heated leather upholstery, real ash wood trim, USB ports for third-row users, front seat ventilation, second-row sunshades, and other luxury touches. What's most encouraging about the new MDX hybrid is how it borrows technology from a $156,940 supercar to improve the efficiency and overall satisfaction of a mainstream crossover. We can only hope that other makers follow Acura's fruitful path.